So quick shoulder check, perfect positioning, and we're going to occupy position 1 or position 3 behind the car. So never behind, always position 1 or position 3 with the right hand indicator on. Nice and steady, holding the lane position, and we're going to be taking the centre lane on this. So this splits into 2 if you continue on, and we're going to be taking the left hand version of this lane. So centre lane and dominate the lane in position 3. And then coming off left here and back into position 1 as we come off the roundabout. And that is perfect lane positioning there. And what we're going to be doing on most vehicles is leaving a space cushion of about 20 yards on every vehicle that we pull up to. And I'm going to be taking the next left into the stadium. And then left again and down to the bottom of the car park. And good observation on that one, well spotted. Right, if we just pull up here, can't fault your lane position, it's absolutely perfect. The only thing I am picking up is obviously at slow speed, you're a little bit on the wobbly side, and I can show you a couple of tricks to get around that. So I'm going to do some low speed manoeuvres. I'm going to do it first time, and then I'm going to show you the correct way. So if I just pull away and I'm going to stay in first gear, on a twist and go you're going to be using minimal throttle. So I'm just going to pull away on tick over, and you can see how the bike's just moving itself around. It doesn't want to hold a straight line because I'm literally on the biting point of that clutch. If I give it any throttle, it's going to bounce around. So it tends to, you're wandering around all over the place. So I'm just going to do a very, very quick turn here. Now obviously what I can do on something like this is a shift of body weight. So I'm just going to come back to you and show you how normal people would turn a corner. So what you're going to do, just sitting in the seat, you're going to turn a corner, and you see how wide that corner is? Now if I go round and do it again, and all I'm going to do is just shift my body position to the opposite side of the bike and just ease it. So I've got the clutch in and I'm just easing it round, and I can get a quicker and tighter turn. Now on a twist and go scooter, what you're going to be doing is using your left brake. So you're just going to be giving it a little bit of left brake. I can do the same by using my rear brake. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in a straight line now, and I'm just using my clutch bite point and just holding it on that back brake, and you see how straight the line is? And that is the sort of thing that you can do on a scooter. What you're going to be doing is just holding it on the back brake and just twisting the throttle very, very gently. But just when you're slowing down, if you just use a very small amount of brake, I can literally get this down to the tiniest of speeds, holding the straight line, and I'm just biting it on the clutch, and I'm using that back brake just to pull me down. So if you just use don't use the front brake ever on these, but if you just use a very small amount of back brake as you're moving, and especially at slow speed, just use the back brake to pull you in. Just give that a try. So just pull away, and you're going to be nipping at that back brake now. Just slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, and just using that back brake, and you see how much more stable it is. And that is a perfect line now. You're holding a perfectly straight line, so you've got your revs up, but then obviously you're using the back brake just to bite you down and control you. And then just try the turn, nice and gently, a little bit of back brake, that's it. And you feel how much smoother that turn is. So with a geared bike you'd be using the clutch and brake control, but obviously with a twist and go scooter you're going to be using the throttle and that brake just to steady yourself in a straight line, and then you find you don't wobble so much around. Yeah, you've got the hang of that perfectly now. That's a lot better than when we were pulling up in traffic before. Yeah, but you're doing very, very well on that. You're holding a perfectly straight line now. Okay. Yep, lovely. I am happy with that. So right, we're going to take the car park off to the right. I'm going to take the lead for a minute. If you want to tuck in behind me. And we'll try and find an exit somewhere. So we're moving out, quick shoulder check to the inside. And cancel the indicator, back into position 1. One quick check of the mirror. You don't need to do too many shoulder checks because obviously you're in traffic. And what we're going to be doing here is straight over onto the industrial estate. So I'm going to now move to position 3 and dominate the lane because I'm going straight over. Quick check across the shoulder and then move out into the traffic, back to position 1 again. And then I'm going to be taking a left just here. And obviously shoulder check again. And sitting at a nice steady 30, position 1. Now what I am going to be doing as I'm coming down here, and it's a good pointer, there are 4 roads on the right of me here. So what I'm going to be doing is watching every junction, and we always say side of a car. If you do see the side of a car, you're going to be covering your brakes. Obviously that, yeah, so if you want to catch up to me, so what I'm going to be doing at every junction is looking for the side of a car. So, side of a car, has he seen me? Is he moving? No, he's not, so I can keep on the power. But obviously if that car starts moving, I'm going to be covering the brakes and watching to see if he pulls out. And that is what you're going to be doing at most junctions, checking the shoulder again as you're coming into a roundabout. Now on this roundabout I'm going to be taking the right hand lane, so I'm going to have a right indicator on. And then what I want you to do is come round the outside of me and take position 3 while I take position 1, and we're going to go into what we call a staggered formation now. So if you come past me, take the lead in position 3, and we're going to be staying in this lane and be going right at this roundabout and right at the second. So we're going to put Tesco's on our left hand side and down the dual carriageway into town. I'm going to do a little bit of situational awareness. Now obviously this is a 2-lane junction. You're going to be watching both lanes and you're going to have your eyes where that car is at the moment. So red one's coming round at the moment. He is stopping, we can go. So occupying this lane. We're going to take the outside lane. Now obviously with this we're on the outside lane. Watch for the cars over your shoulder. When it's clear, move to the inside. Perfect. And position 1 again, perfect position. Now this one is a very tricky roundabout to manoeuvre, so what we're going to be doing, we're going to be looking past the roundabout to the actual cars that are coming off the junction, because they do come off of this very, very fast. And we are good to go. So with this one, we're now on the main A road. We're going to be dominating 1 to 2. So we're going to be staying at about 3 off of that centre line to stop the traffic coming past us. Now you've got to cancel your indicator. That's it, perfect. And you can move out just a little bit more if you like on that one, Michael. So dominate the lane a little bit, but obviously staying out the centre of the road, position 2, which is where all the... Yeah, if you want to just come out a little bit, just move out to that's perfect line there. So 1.5, 2, but obviously not centre of the road, which is where all your dirt is. Yeah, so your perfect position now between 1 and 2. We're going to stay in the left-hand lane and take a left at the next roundabout. And then just remember, when we pull up, to leave the space cushion from the vehicle in front, not occupy the centre of the road, position 1 or position 3. We're going to be turning left, so we're going to occupy position 3 on this one. Just to dominate that lane a little bit more, because you will find on something like this, a car is going to try and get up the outside of you, just to try and nudge round. So we're going to dominate the lane a little bit more, even though we are going left, just to stop them coming past. If you are in position 1, they are going to try and squeeze past you. That's better. And that is a perfect position right where you are. So if you stay in position 3, I'm going to take position 1 just on your inside, and that just keeps the cars away from you. On here we're going to be going straight over, occupying second lane. That's it, and cancel the indicator. Perfect position. And then what we're going to do on a hill now, so you can hold it on that rear brake, and then when we're all good to go, just obviously watching from those cars that are coming across, and just make sure that they are all indicating. That's perfect, away we go. I'm going to be taking a left and then a right. And that's perfect lane position, occupying position 3 to take the turn. So obviously watching for oncoming traffic and cars in the junction. Nice steady manoeuvre round. Perfect. And good situational awareness on that. Obviously car coming out of a junction. And then when you want to move off, Michael.